Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to LoLnoob, where today I'm revisiting an old friend, Annie. We were both young. She was 6, I was about level 8, summoner level, and we would skip through the fields of justice, barbecuing, incinerating, igniting, and dropping tibbers on anyone we didn't like. And we would laugh and skip, and win, and kill, and laugh and skip. It was good times. But then I moved away from Annie. I haven't played Annie since I was about level 8, level 10 maybe. I don't know why, I just moved on from her. Started playing other champions like Kassadin, yeah, because that's less scrubby. But anyway, I just started playing other champions. Now I'd grab a mana crystal, and 2 health potions. Reason for that is I'm rushing a Rod of Ages, which are more or less standard on Annie. Now, the reason I chose Annie was because I had to counterpick Nasus. We could have had maybe Caitlyn go mid, but Kassadin's always been someone I've been afraid of. And not without good reason. I mean, he's got that spammable, heavy-hitting silence, which really shuts down most AP mids if he wants to harass with it. But Morganna was already banned, unfortunately, which would have been perfect against Kassadin, but unfortunately I couldn't choose her. I do love playing Morganna. But basically, my thought process went thus. Kassadin has to deal most of his damage up close. What does Annie do? Annie does a lot of damage up close. Tibbers, well, it's got a decent range on it, but then you've got Incinerate, which is a cone in front of her, and Disintegrate, which isn't very long range at all. So, what do I think? He's going to teleport up to me, then I'm going to Tibbers WQ, and he's going to be dead or dying. So, and they call Kassadin bot because they've spotted him hanging around bottom tower, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes! But, it's not to be, because I was really, 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 really terrified of facing Kassadin in the middle lane. Now Udyr wants a pull, which is fair enough, so I'm going to throw a Disintegrate on it. Should always cover your jungler. Takes a nasty hit off that, but Udyr's just going to wipe it out. Kassadin's missing, I'm like, oh no, please don't be coming mid. Please just be AFK or something. I missed that, but basically I'm just trying to farm here. A little bit distracted because I'm watching my minimap like a hawk. Seeing for the slightest hint of Kassadin, although Kassadin can't really do much against me at this stage. And Kassadin's mid. And I'm like, oh no. Now I go into last hit, and then I remember, oh, that's why I'm really afraid of Kassadin. Because he just took 100 off me for nothing. And Nidalee just gives me some tips. Not necessarily needed, but it's nice all the same. And they said that they'll gank often, which I was eternally grateful for, because one thing about Kassadin, you really have to stop him from farming and force him off the lane as much as possible. If you don't kill him but you force him off the lane, that's good, because one of his main items I believe is the Archangel staff, which needs to stack up, and if you're forcing him back to the tower he can't stack it up as much, because he can't get the last hits. Now I'm harassing a little bit when I can, just trying to stop him from farming up my minions. And he's not doing a very good job of it at all. He's on 8, but I'm only on 6 because I'm in pressured. Now, he's making a mistake here. I can take a bit of harassment because I've got 400 HP extra. Because I may only have 575, and he may have 770, but with 2 health potions, I basically have an effective health of 976 rather, which is higher than him, if you haven't guessed. So basically it means I can take more harassment than he can. Now you'll have to remember that's very key. I can take more harassment than he can. So he can harass me, but it won't matter so much. Now I'm just farming up as much as I can. He's auto hitting minions, which you shouldn't do. You should just go in, get the kill and back off. I could try and harass him here, but I have a feeling that if I go within range of this, I'll be within range of that, and he'll just silence me and it will end up bad for me. that. There we go, trying to clear some minion waves. We lose first blood, unfortunately, to top lane. Nasus is always a beast. You always have to gank a Nasus. That's how you counter a Nasus, folks. You gank him. Gank him like a boss. You just have to basically force him off the lane as much as possible, so he doesn't get 600 damage plus siphoning strikes. But there we go, I've got my stun ready. I've also got 2 levels in each of these, meaning that I can do a burst of around 300 damage. Less on Kassadin because he's got that internally built magic resistance. With that the passive of his. I take a fairly nasty hit, but I'm still okay. We'll run almost equal health with the... Now that tower hit, that was huge. Because now he's just put himself into Tibber's range, really. Because I've got some nasty burst, but with Kassadin's passive, he should be able to survive it. He's also got that force push. But yeah, unfortunately, we do lose to a gank bottom. We lose Janna, I believe. No, not Janna. Nidalee. Which is unfortunate. But I'm about to hit level 6. Just lock my camera here so you can see what I was seeing. Now I had the stun. I'm almost level 6. Come on, we can hit level 6. Now I believe that the only reason I hit level 6 before Kassadin in this fight is because I have the mastery for it. He doesn't. Now I've got Tibbers. Flash forward. Tibbers. W. Q. Ignite. Dead. Now I don't know why he was so close to an Annie there. I don't know whether he thought I was too scared, whether he could silence fast enough, whether he thought his magic stone thing would protect him or not, but I just don't know. But one thing here, that had a psychological effect on Kassadin. Kassadin just learnt to fear Annie. He just learnt that Annie can take him down very, very quickly. And that's good. He learnt that I'm not afraid to go on the offensive when it suits me. He learnt... Now that's one of the things that you gotta do. Psych out your opponent. That's always good. Now, I believe that for the most of the rest of the game, he hugs his tower. He hugs his tower like... If he goes too far, he will explode. Now, I'm not in lane, so he feels reasonably safe. You'll notice I've picked up 2 wards and some potions instead of boots. Why? Because boots will not... boots won't save me if Fiddle comes in and fears. Wards will stop him from fearing me at all. Now, I do exaggerate here. I tell the team that Kassadin's level 6 and that he can port away and he can reach the other lanes very fast. He's one of the quickest moving champions across the map. I tell them that he can be there in 8 seconds. That's not true. That's a pretty big exaggeration. But what I'm doing is I'm basically impressing upon my team that he can be there very quickly. Now, just farming up a bit, Now you'll notice Kassadin isn't auto-attacking like he used to. Now here he comes in, silence, but I get the Tibbers off. W and Q. Now that didn't kill him, but it took off 3/4 of his health, and now he's scared. He is really scared. You'll notice he's not going anywhere near the lane. If he has to go out of turret range in order to get something, he's not doing it. Now he's on much less health. I'm just having... Now I just go back and ward because it's safe to do so. Now he manages to take down a few minions in a wave. But this is where I start to pull ahead. I'm on 40 creep kills. He's on 30. Fiddle. Oh look, Fiddle! Isn't it? Oh, it's cute! It's almost like he expects to do anything when I have a ward there. There's the stun, cancel his drain, I absorb the fear, ignite, Q, W, dead. No, I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not saying I'm playing well, I'm just playing as I should. And dominating with Annie. I mean, I'm 2 for 0 at almost 10 minutes in. Getting a positive KD is Annie, and I burnt a flash on there on Kassadin, but getting a positive KD on Annie isn't hard. Let's be honest. It's fairly easy to do. But what I'm going to say here is I'm just doing things right. And to be honest, it's not just Annie. If we are just doing things right, then it's not hard to win. If your whole team is doing everything right, they don't need to be exceptional. Unless you play facing someone like Fnatic, but let's be honest, I'm never going to play against Fnatic. Nor do I aspire to. I just want to have fun and get my rank, get as high rank as I can. Don't want to go hyper competitive, just want to play the game and be as good as I can be. But you don't need to be exceptional to win. You don't need to be good to win. You just have to be okay. Now, let's have a look. Nemesis is 44. Let's assume about half of those are siphoning strikes. If not all of them. Even if he's got all of those, then we're in trouble, because that's an extra 120 he's doing per siphoning strike. But anyway, I'm just saving up my stun here, because I've got my Tibbers off cooldown. And I believe... And Kassadin's been getting a little braver recently. A little bit braver. Oh, look, he's out of turret range! Shouldn't do that. That's bad. Especially porting into me. Now, I didn't fire off my W there. That was stupid. Not that I would have killed him if I had. Now, I wasn't watching my minimap there. I just wasn't. I burn a flash. There's my W. Gangplank Soul comes in to try and save me. I managed to take Fiddle with me, but that was just dumb. That was me not watching my minimap. That's all it was. I'm not going to make any excuses for it. I made a big mistake. I go back, grab boots, grab a few wards. Well, I have to go back. I'm dead. But I grab boots, grab a few wards. And I just wasn't watching the minimap. That was stupid. I do say that was my bad. I just wasn't watching the minimap. It's worth admitting fault if you do screw up and die. Because if it's just one fault, then your team can provide help. Or provide a tip. Like, if somebody gets ganked once or twice at the top, I say put a ward down in the bush. And if they do that, then they don't get ganked again. But it's much better to accept fault for your own actions than it is to flame your team, because flaming your team, that doesn't help. That's not going to make your team feel better, it's not going to make your team like you, and it's not going to make your team sympathetic if you die when it was not your fault. They'll be more inclined to say you're a noob if you just flame them. But anyway, here's what I am. Grab more wards. I don't feel safe unless I have wards here and here. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't put them in the grass, you should put them past the grass. I'm not really sure that's true as far as me is concerned. Now, I don't manage to get the Q off because of silence, but I do get the ignite and the bear. Now, if I had waited for Tibbers level 2, I could have maybe died. Could have maybe killed him there. Now, he goes in, he stays within range of Tibbers, and Tibbers aura kills him. That was a Tibbers kill. You can't really ignore Tibbers aura, because it's got what looks to be a 0.2 AP rate. Meaning that if you